I've traveled through many stages of life, watching countless flowers bloom and then wither away. It was only in those moments that I truly understood the beauty of growth and the precious things we often overlook in the hustle and bustle of everyday life. It's the same with the last bird leaving the nest and flying off into the sky. Only then do we realize how much we miss the vast, open sky we once took for granted. So many times we long to live longer, but we forget to savor each moment as it comes. I've been there too, chasing distant goals, only to discover that true happiness lies in the simplest things around us. Life never stops. When one door closes, another opens, bringing new opportunities and horizons we've never explored before. And I've come to realize that death isn't the end. It's just a transition, a step into a new world. Don't wait until the last flower fades away. Cherish every moment we have right now. Remember, life is a colorful journey, and every moment, no matter how small, is worth enjoying and treasuring. One quote that deeply resonates with me is, "There is no death, only a change of worlds." Life, with all its surprises, has taught me that anger is just another part of the journey. I've met people whose anger I couldn't understand at first, but over time, I've learned that even the smallest things, like a tiny mouse, have their reasons for reacting, for being angry. We're often quick to judge others without understanding what they're going through. But life has shown me that everyone has their own struggles, their own burdens that we may never fully know. That's why I always try to treat others with understanding and compassion. Don't be quick to judge someone just because they're angry or behaving in a way that bothers you. Remember, behind every emotion is a story, and sometimes all we need is a bit of patience and understanding to help someone through their tough times. In this life, a little bit of kindness can change the world. Throughout my life's journey, I've witnessed so many changes in laws and society, but amidst the vast sea of constantly shifting rules and regulations, I've realized that only conscience, like a steadfast lighthouse, truly guides us to what's right and humane. I remember a time when being gay was illegal, and those in the LGBT community had to live in the shadows, facing heavy stigma and judgment from society. It was a tough time, and many people had to endure tremendous challenges just for being true to themselves. Over time, the lighthouses of conscience began to shine, guiding us into a new era where human rights, no matter who you are respected and protected. Today, many states in the U.S. have legalized same-sex marriage and safeguarded the rights of the LGBT community. This stands as clear proof that when we listen to our conscience, we can drive positive change in society. Laws may change over time, but conscience, compassion, and understanding are timeless values that we must hold on to. They are the beacons that keep us from losing our way amid the storms of social change. I truly believe that with an open heart and a clear conscience, we can continue to build a world that is fairer and more inclusive for everyone. Throughout my years of experience and hearing stories from all walks of life, I've come to understand that each of our dreams, no matter how different, springs from the same roots. Just like branches extending from the same tree, our dreams may lead us in different directions, but they all share the same source. When I watch flocks of birds flying toward the same sky, or rivers flowing into the same ocean, I see the invisible yet powerful connection between them. Just like notes in the symphony of life, we, people from all cultures and nations, share the same basic aspirations: happiness, success, and love. Even though each person's journey is unique, and our languages and customs may vary, deep down, we all strive for the same values. This realization reminds me that we are not just isolated individuals, but part of a larger network where everyone has a role and a purpose. Understanding this makes me appreciate the diversity of life even more, and I believe that if we can acknowledge and respect each other, we can create a world where every dream has a chance to come true. That's the most beautiful symphony we can create together. In my life's journey, I've learned that the truth, like a precious gem, doesn't need much embellishment to shine brightly, just as a single drop in the vast ocean is enough to reveal its saltiness. The truth, no matter how simple, always shines with its own convincing power. I used to think that sometimes you needed a lot of explanations or even exaggeration to make people believe you. But through my experiences, I've realized that the truth doesn't need all that. When you put the truth out there, it carries its own weight. It doesn't need any added flair or concealment. The older I get, the more I value simplicity and authenticity. A rough gem with its natural beauty untouched by excessive carving is even more precious. And the truth is just like that, honest, unadorned, yet incredibly powerful. Let the truth guide us like a shining gem in the midst of life, not needing to be flashy, but enough to illuminate and clarify everything. That's the valuable lesson I want to share with you, drawn from the experiences of my own life. Life, as I've come to understand through my years of experience, is like the two sides of a coin, light and dark. These sides always exist together, but they can never show up at the same time. Night follows day in an endless cycle, reminding us that everything in life has its reason and purpose. I've been through some of the darkest moments in my life, times when it felt like no light could break through. But it was during those dark nights that I learned how truly radiant the sunrise can be after the darkness. The rain might soak you to the bone, but it's that same rain that helps the flowers bloom brighter than ever. Life is like the moon in the sky, sometimes full, sometimes just a sliver, but whether the moon is waxing or waning, it's always moving, always changing, and eventually it will be full again. This reminds me that life is the same, never stagnant, always evolving with its ups and downs. Day and night, two opposing forces, can't exist at the same time, but it's their interplay that creates the rhythm of life. Through my own experiences, I've learned that the key isn't to avoid the darkness, but to embrace it, knowing that after every night, the light will return, stronger and more brilliant than before. So, always remember, no matter where you are in life's journey, be patient and trust in the process. Life has a way of making your moon full again.